In the world of luxury timepieces, the auction floor has become a battlefield of prestige, rarity, and sky-high bids. These aren't just watches, they're pieces of history, mechanical marvels that have fetched prices most people could never imagine spending on a single object. Today, we dive into the top 10 record-breaking watches ever sold at auction. Some of these sales shocked even the most seasoned collectors, and the #1 spot remains a jaw-dropping moment in watch history. Rolex Daytona Ref 6263, the legend, a $3.7 million. The Rolex Daytona Ref 6263, famously known as the Legend, claimed the 10th spot with a record-breaking $3.7 million sale at Phillips Geneva in 2017. But this isn't just another scarce Daytona. It was the most expensive yellow gold Daytona ever auctioned. There are only 3 known examples worldwide with its unique lemon, grenade dial and black subdials, set in an 18-key yellow gold case. This extremely rare configuration alone makes it a holy grail among collectors. Rolex introduced the Daytona line in homage to the adrenaline-fueled racing culture of Daytona International Speedway. The Ref 6263 featured screw-down pushers and an oyster case, making it both rugged and reliable, ideal for active lifestyles on the track. What made the Legend truly special was its impeccable provenance and condition. It remained unpolished, with surface details intact and no signs of aftermarket dial refinishing. This originality, combined with its completeness, box, papers, service history, catapulted it to near mythical status. Collectors of vintage Rolex value not only mechanical precision, but also aesthetic appeal and historical context. The combination of exotic dial, yellow gold rarity, and pristine condition created a perfect storm of desirability. When bidding began, multiple buyers recognized they were chasing a piece of watchmaking legend, resulting in a bidding war that ultimately set a new benchmark. The Legend serves as tangible proof that, in the luxury watch market, scarcity and authenticity are worth millions. Surveys of current trends show Rolex's vintage models, particularly those with colorful dials and precious metal variants, are topping auction houses and reshaping collector expectations. Patek Philippe Ref 1527 $5.7 million. Coming in at number 9 is the Patek Philippe Ref 1527, which commanded $5.7 million at a Christie's Geneva auction in 2010. Produced in 1943 during World War II. This watch holds dual significance, as a technical marvel and a piece of wartime artistry. It features a perpetual calendar and chronograph movement in an era when many manufacturers were paring back complications due to wartime resource constraints. Only 2 examples of Ref 1527 exist globally, one in the Patek Museum and this auction piece, making it one of the rarest and historically significant wristwatches ever. Its case measures 37.6 mm, a surprisingly large size for the 1940s, crafted in 18-key yellow gold featuring bold Arabic numerals and delicately stepped lugs. The movement, manual wind caliber 13-130Q, continues to astonish watchmakers for its precision and reliability. Design-wise, the Ref 1527 set the stage for Patek's later classic perpetual chrono references like the revered 2499. Yet, the wartime context makes the watch even more extraordinary. When austerity ruled, Patek pushed forward with bold complexity and elegant design. The identity of the original client remains shrouded in mystery, adding to the watch's allure. Auction bids reflected more than mechanical and aesthetic merit. They responded to a story of an exceptional watch made in exceptional times. When the gavel dropped at $5.7 million, it redefined expectations for mid-century complicated wristwatches. As modern collectors pay closer attention to condition, provenance, and historical narrative, the Ref 1527 remains a cornerstone example of why those factors can generate multi-million-dollar value, even during wartime production. Rolex Paul Newman Daytona Ref 6239 to $17.8 million. At number 8, we have the most iconic chronograph in wristwatch history, the Rolex Paul Newman Daytona Ref 6239, which shattered auction records at $17.8 million in 2017. What makes this watch electrifying isn't found in its gears or materials, but in the legendary actor and racer who wore it, Paul Newman himself. Newman received the watch in 1968 from his wife, Joanne Woodward, while filming Winning. And the back engraving reads, "Drive carefully, me," a touching personal note that accompanied the watch for decades. The Ref 6239 is instantly recognizable thanks to its exotic dial, white background, black subdials with square markers, and unique Art Deco numerals. Though this dial was an unpopular option in the 1960s, Newman's ownership turned it into an icon. He wore it daily, from film sets to photo shoots and public appearances, making it the most documented Daytona in history. Before this sale, the highest price fetched by any Rolex was a mere fraction of Newman's Daytona, signaling an irreversible shift in collectors' perceptions of vintage Rolex. Beyond provenance, collectors prize the watch's condition, its unpolished case, original bezel, hands, and dial, no aftermarket alterations. Those details reinforced its authenticity, urging top buyers to place bids overwhelming in size and emotion. This sale didn't just set a new record, it sparked a surge in demand for Newman's style. Daytonas elevated the status of vintage Rolex chronographs and blurred the line between Hollywood memorabilia and high-end horology. In short, Newman's Daytona is where star power and craftsmanship collided with headline-making results. Patek Philippe Caliber 89 to 6 million, ranked number 7. Patek Philippe's Caliber 89 pocket watch is a testament to human ingenuity. Created in 1989 to mark Patek's 150th anniversary, this monumental timepiece embodies mechanical complexity with a staggering 33 complications, 728 components, and features both Westminster chiming and a perpetual calendar. Only 4 examples were produced in yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, and platinum. The yellow gold version sold for 5 million in 2009, while the white gold variation fetched 6 million later. The Caliber 89 includes a unique array of complications: date repeater, sidereal time, equation of time, star chart, sunrise-sunset indicators, thermometer, and a pair of chimes, including a Westminster Tower chime. Its scale and horological ambition remind us of the pocket watch's true potential as a canvas for technical mastery. Patek modeled this as a modern heir to the Marie Antoinette masterpiece, pushing the envelope even further. Beyond its complications, the Caliber 89 symbolizes a renaissance in mechanical obsession during the late 20th century. Its creation coincided with the resurgence of haute horlogerie, emphasizing that craftsmanship, when pushed to extreme lengths, can still captivate audiences and command premiums. Its multi-million-dollar auction results reaffirm that in a world of digital watches, people still revere and invest in tactile, mechanical wizardry represented by monumental masterpieces like the Caliber 89. Patek Philippe Ref. 1518 in stainless steel, 11.1 million. At number 6 sits one of the most celebrated wristwatches of all time, the Patek Philippe Ref. 1518 in stainless steel. Sold for a staggering 11.1 million at Philips Geneva in 2016, it set a new record for vintage Patek Philippe. Especially surprising because stainless steel is historically considered less valuable than precious metals. But only 4 steel 1518s were ever produced out of the total 281 watches in the series, making them almost mythical in rarity. Introduced in 1941, the Ref. 1518 was the first perpetual calendar chronograph made in a series. Its classic wrist partnership of perpetual calendar with moon phases, housed in a 35mm case, inspired watchmakers for generations. Featuring an unpolished case, hard enamel dial, original leaf hands, and untouched bezel, the auctioned watch was in unparalleled original condition, critical for collectors who prize preservation over restoration. Why did steel matter so much here? Patek rarely used steel for complicated watches, favoring gold or platinum. The paradox of having a highly complex watch in utilitarian steel makes this model deeply desirable. The auction emphasized how rarity and purity of condition can outshine monetary value of gold. When bidding concluded, steel's scarcity and the watch's pristine provenance outweighed any negativity around non-precious materials, proving that collectors will pay top dollar for mechanical and historical significance combined with originality. Patek Philippe Ref. 2499, owned by Eric Clapton, 3.6 million. The 5th most expensive record-breaking watch belongs to the rock legend himself, Eric Clapton's platinum Patek Philippe Ref. 2499. Only 2 platinum 2499s are known to exist, making it one of the rarest variations of Patek's most revered chronograph, a grand complication that took over 60 years to produce across 4 generations. Clapton's example sold for 3.6 million at Christie's Geneva in 2012. The Ref. 2499 debuted in 1951 and became the standard bearer for perpetual calendar chronographs. With its elegant stepped case, moon phase indicator, and tachymeter scale, most collectors know the version cased in yellow or rose gold. Platinum is the whispered variant reserved for ultra-elite connoisseurs. Clapton purchased his platinum model in the 1990s and wore it frequently, bringing it to public attention through photos and appearances. With his name attached, this watch entered the rarefied space where celebrity provenance feeds mechanical rarity. Original box papers and consistent service records made it a dream lot for collectors. The price reflected not just platinum's scarcity, but the watch's generational significance, noble materiality, and star-powered provenance. European auction houses recognized Clapton's appeal and the intrinsic merits of the watch itself. The result redefined the limits of what vintage Patek could fetch, especially when tied to a global music icon. Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300A 031 million at number 4. Scratch that, the top position is held by the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300A 010, smashing all previous records at 31 million during the Only Watch charity auction in November 2019. This isn't just a watch, it's a horological declaration. Patek needed a showpiece for its 175th anniversary celebrations, so they created the most complicated wristwatch of modern times, 20 complications including grande and petite sonnerie, minute repeater, alarm, tactical perpetual calendar, and a reversible case structure enabling dual dials. Critically, this is the only stainless steel Grandmaster chime ever made. Patek typically reserves precious metals for such masterpieces. The watch's salmon dial, the only one, engraving, and exclusivity were custom, built for the charity event. The proceeds benefiting Duchenne muscular dystrophy research added emotional gravity to the auction, turning it into a global media event. Collectors bid not just on uniqueness but on history, making impact, and the spirit of giving. The 31 million price tag wasn't just a number, it marked the definitive apex of modern watchmaking. This is where mechanical artistry, brand heritage, social values, and rarity collide. For Patek Philippe, the Grandmaster chime stands as monumental proof that high horology can still produce headline-breaking results in the 21st century, on par with Leonardo da Vinci or Picasso in their respective mediums. Breguet Grande Complication Marie Antoinette estimated $30 million, although never sold at public auction. The legendary Breguet Grandes Complications Marie Antoinette is insured at an estimated $30 million, positioning it among history's most valuable timepieces. Commissioned around 1783 by an admirer or perhaps minister for Queen Marie Antoinette, this watch features every complication then known: perpetual calendar, minute repeater, thermometer, chronograph, power, reserve, and more, all within an 18K gold case. The watch is a symbol of pre-revolution French opulence, but its story is even more captivating. Crafted over 44 years, its completion postdated both its patron's death and Abraham Louis Breguet's own passing. The masterpiece was stolen from Jerusalem's L.A. Mayer Museum in 1983, only to resurface in 2007, still missing half its components. This detective tale mingles royal intrigue, mechanical genius, crime, and redemption. Though not auctioned, expert appraisals place the Marie Antoinette near $30 million. It encapsulates centuries of watchmaking genius and human history. Whether displayed in a museum or whispered about in collector circles, the watch's record valuation and legendary biography make it legendary. Proof that sometimes the stories behind watches can be as valuable as the mechanics inside them. Jacob & Co. Billionaire Watch, $18 million. Taking the second spot is the extravagant Jacob & Co. Billionaire Watch, sold for $18 million. This outrageous timepiece is blindingly bold, encrusted with 260 carats of emerald cut diamonds on its 18K white gold case and bracelet, with a skeleton tourbillon movement at its heart. Crafted to the exacting tastes of high roller clientele, the watch was rumored to be designed for boxer Floyd Mayweather, who helped catapult it into pop culture through social media flaunting. Mechanical complexity here takes second stage to ostentation. The manual Win JCM 09 caliber, capable of 72 hours of power reserve, is beautifully displayed, but it exists mainly to add mechanical credibility to a high jewelry statement piece. For many, the Billionaire Watch isn't about watchmaking pedigree, but about primal luxury, massive diamonds, bright white shimmer, and an aura of wealth so intense it transcends subtleties. In a market segment where rarity is based on visibility rather than mechanics, the Billionaire Watch redefines costly watch value. Its price is tied to gem rarity and visual impact. When unveiled at Baselworld in 2015, it represented a new genre, revealing that ultra-luxury timepieces could be anchored in jewelry, spectacle, and status rather than movement alone. It challenges traditional horology and shows that high-value watches can manifest through different lenses, visible wealth, and social spectacle. Graph Diamond's Hallucination, of $55 million, and finally, the watch that puts everything else into astonishing perspective, the Graph Diamond's Hallucination, valued at $55 million, making it the most expensive watch ever created. This is not a timepiece, it's wearable jewelry art, encrusted with over 110 carats of multi-colored diamonds, pink, blue, yellow, green, and orange, set in platinum, The hallucination is a kaleidoscope of gemstone rarity. Each diamond was meticulously selected by master gemologists to ensure perfect color, clarity, and cut. The quartz mechanism is nearly hidden behind the dazzling stones. Timekeeping here is practically incidental. It's more of a mobile mosaic of supreme material value than a mechanical statement. Unveiled in 2014 at Baselworld, there's no public auction record. Its $55 million valuation comes from Graph's own release and industry estimates. But regardless of market exchange, it obliterates all previous price ceilings for watches. It represents one defining principle in the luxury world: value can also come through artistry and gemstone excellence, not just mechanical mastery. The hallucination forces us to reconsider what a watch can be. It's not about complications, brand history, or horological elegance. It's about the pure sensory impact of rare jewels unified into wearable form. In that sense, it occupies its own category: part sculpture, part timepiece, part myth. What makes these watches so valuable? Why do some watches command millions of dollars while others, even from the same brands, sell for far less? The answer lies in a complex mix of rarity, provenance, technical mastery, condition, and sometimes sheer market timing. A watch worn by Paul Newman will always draw celebrity collectors. A prototype that dived to the deepest point on Earth appeals to explorers and historians alike. Pieces like the Grandmaster chime redefine the entire art form, pushing complications and creativity beyond what anyone thought possible. For collectors, these watches are more than objects. They are time capsules of human achievement, symbols of technical mastery, and trophies that signify victory in one of the world's most competitive and exclusive markets. Whether through celebrity connection, groundbreaking technology, or historical significance, these record-breaking watches have changed the landscape of luxury collecting forever. As the global appetite for rare watches grows, future auctions may break these very records. But for now, these 10 icons stand at the pinnacle of watch history, reminders that even the smallest mechanical creations can carry the weight of legend.